Well, hello, everyone.
Ah,
My name is Christopher Not Walking. This is the Dirty Nerdy Show. And today we have a special guest. I say that a lot. I do. I really do. But this time, like, I mean it. Like, it's crazy right now what's happening. Let me take you guys back before we get into the guest, all right? Let me take you guys back a few months, right? All right. I'm looking through all of like the ASMR, right? And I see this blonde lady, right? And you know how people just assume, right? When they see like, oh, it's a new pretty girl. Let's see what she does. I clicked on the video and it's honestly the best stuff I've heard since the very first time I clicked on ASMR, which was Heather Feather years ago. This woman is one of the best to ever do it. Not only that, but she is one of the kindest people I have ever met. And I am so honored to call her friend. And I am even more honored to have her on my show as a guest today. Guys, welcome ASMR Maddie, aka MissSykeology. What is up?
Dude, Chris, you got me grinning from ear to ear right now. That intro was way too much and so undeserved. You are a baller. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
We are so happy to have you. Like, I just want to know, like, let's start from the beginning. Like, you jump into this ASMR thing. How did you discover it, and how did you like decide that you were like, this is something you wanted to do?
Honestly, my partner sent me an article about Heather Feather, and this is at least 2 years ago, and was like, these videos are trippy. You have to see if you get tingles, and you should seriously make these videos because you have the softest, quietest voice. And I started watching her videos. I think I started with like anticipatory tingles, and I was obsessed, especially with Heather, and then with the ASMR genre in general. But I'm very quiet and very shy, and I didn't have any desire to like put myself out there. It took a really long time for me to finally be like, I love much. I'm so enthusiastic about ASMR that I want to try to put something out there as well.
So that first video, um, I believe it's the black and white one. If I'm wrong, stop me. But I believe it's a black and white video.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that first video.
So my first one that I shot was I was on the bed with my 3DO, and it was the same day that I got the 3DO. I have like my feet up in the air.
Yeah, yeah, that one.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so like walk me through that. You've shot it. It's done. All right.
hmm
All you've got left to do is to put it out in the world. What's that feeling right then when you're ready to like post that first video? And then what was it like to get the feedback? Because the feedback was like crazy because it was like, holy crap, like Jesus is here. Like,
That's funny. Dude, you were overhyping me so much. You were awesome, Chris. No, that is totally undeserved. No, I was thrilled. I thought my first video was like meh. Like I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know anything about the angle or really lighting or how I should record properly. And I was so geeked that people liked it. I have no idea why it picked up. But yeah, it felt awesome. I wish sometimes that I could get that back because now I know more about like posting schedules and like which tags get you demonetized. And I wish I didn't have all that stuff in my head now. Like, I don't know, it doesn't hold you back. Like, it's just good to have an understanding of the algorithm. But
yeah.
it was nice in the beginning to just be like, this is ASMR, ear to ear, whisper. Just call it whatever I wanted, put it up at whatever time of day. And yeah, it was awesome. I was super geeked that people seemed to like it.
You mentioned thinking about like what gets demonetized and everything. So when you're filming now, do you ever what are you thinking about? Do you ever think about like, oh crap, I better not look at the camera like that. That's gonna get me in trouble. Like, like
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, like having now like the opportunity to make videos that are just gonna go on Patreon or different content, I kind of feel a little better. Like I have another outlet, but it's probably fair to say I'm a really sensual person, and I don't mean for content to come across that way, but sometimes I'll watch my videos back and I'll be like, man, like that looks really like sexual.
I could just imagine you looking back and going, well, this one's going on Patreon. Like
Yeah, man.
so where do you get your ideas from?
Oh, man, I have honestly like 200 videos like somewhat sketched out, or at least like an idea written down that I don't know when or if I'll ever film them, but I have new videos all the time just if things
Yeah.
are tingly in day-to-day life. And then shout out to Twitch, which Chris, you are an awesome, massive part
Oh,
of the
thank you.
ASMR community on Twitch. I'm extremely grateful to have you as part of my community. I like every time you come in, I geek out. But you have awesome ideas. All of our friends there in chat have great ideas pretty
Yeah.
much every day. It's kind of never ending.
Twitch is like it's a different thing, and I'm glad you mentioned Twitch because now we can segue into Twitch, and I don't have to think of a clever segue. So
Oh yeah, dude, I'm sorry.
I
I'm dragging
appreciate
you
it.
all over all over the
I
place.
appreciate it. No, like you saved me because I was like, what am I? How am I gonna bring that up? Like, uh, so Twitch. How did you get into that, and which came first, like the ASMR or the Twitch?
Oh, the Twitch came first, and the Twitch came first like a month before I posted ever on YouTube, and I just was gonna game sometimes, like as a laugh,
I can't see
just
you
because
as a
I
gamer.
no, it wasn't very good. I would get like too distracted by chat, and then I would just suck. I'm not that good of a gamer. But I loved watching people on Twitch, so I thought it would be hilarious. And yeah, Twitch is what finally gave me the confidence to try ASMR. And I'm really grateful. I had a friend watching my first ASMR stream, and he said, whatever else you do, immediately get something up on YouTube because the channels will grow. And honestly, I'm that great at like marketing or pushing myself. And I'm glad I had a buddy tell me like, hey, these things work hand in hand. Like Twitch and YouTube do both. So it worked out.
Yeah, and the vibe on your Twitch streams is it's a completely different thing than going to your videos because I didn't go to your Twitch for a very long time.
Yeah.
Like I would watch your videos. What I would do because I have like kidney problems and heart
Mhm.
problems and things like that
Mhm.
that go along with my disability. So
Mhm.
like there are times when I'll get like really like lightheaded and dizzy and I would
Mhm.
pop on like a few of your videos that work like specifically. And
Mhm. Oh man.
like I would just go to those videos. Like I didn't want to like I don't want to I'm one of those people that's like I don't want to bother you. Which is like I'm in the wrong business because I interview people. So like
Yes, you shouldn't be like that.
but like I'm like I don't want to go to this girl's stream and then like tell her how amazing she is and just be like
Oh,
lame and
dude.
like just bother her. So like
No.
I didn't go for like the longest time.
Man, we've talked about this before, how we both feel really awkward going into someone's stream. Like, I
Yes.
totally get it, but I'm so happy that you said hi because you brighten up every day, you know? Like, I'm always just really geeked to see you.
Well, I try. I try to get in if I can. I always try to get in at least from like my bed on like the mobile if I
Mhm.
can't like get on the computer. But I try.
Mhm. I dig it. It means a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it from both sides because there are people that I like really enjoy watching their streams and I'm too shy to say hey. But then when I'm streaming, like the more people chatting, the better the experience is, you know, it just makes me happy.
Yeah. So what are some of your plans for like future content? Because I know we talked about it. We talked about a Star Trek video, and I
Yes.
sent you like the Star Trek Bible. Like,
Yes, and it was glorious. Yes, I have that coming up. I have actually a couple different role plays coming up. Um, Critical of myself on role plays. So I don't know. I kind of like wait until every single thing is scripted out and I like the flow of it. But yeah, I'm working on that. A Lilu, Fifth Element role play, and then I have kind of a twist
ooh,
on a cafe role play, like I'm serving you.
Fifth Element. Holy crap! Can I be the Gary Oldman part?
Dude, I wish that you would be.
Let's see. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see if I can do the voice.
Let me hear.
Give me the stones.
That's really good. That was
I think that's
uncanny.
how he did it.
You're also gonna need like a big, like sort of a Snuffleupagus style, slimy lizard pet, I
Yeah.
think. But once all those props are in place, then we're a go. We're ready.
You should. You know what frame you should use? You should use like the frame of like the opera singer lady.
Yes,
Dude,
dude, dude,
I love that
dude. I
movie.
was I was thinking of like a Frost in Paradise, like get ready with me, but then realistically she holds up the clicker to like put on her makeup. So it would take like a minute. I don't know, man. Still working on it.
So so I have learned from you know watching your videos and reading chat that you speak German and you lived in Germany for a bit. How'd that happen?
I did. Whoa, Chris, this research. Come on, man. You're all over this. I did. Dude, you're awesome. I spent a year in Switzerland when I was 16, and then I was in Germany when I was in college. Both were awesome experiences.
Nice.
Mhm.
What's the chocolate like over there?
Dude,
Is it
dude,
amazing?
it's first rate. It'll put you right off of Hershey's when you like if you go over and come back, you'll be like, "Oh, this is crap. I need the good stuff."
Ah man, I don't know. I do like my Hershey's though. What's your favorite chocolate bar?
Oh man. That's tough. Probably like caramello, but yeah, I like the Lindt chocolates from Switzerland. Toblerone. I'm a big Toblerone
Ooh, she fancy.
enthusiast. I know. I sound so bougie.
Over here with the bad and bougie. Like I'm over here. I was thinking like I really like whatchamacallits. And you're just like you're just like I really like the Lynn truffles with the nice bow around it and the gold foil.
I'm fancy. What can I say?
Fancy, fancy, fancy. So it's no secret that you are like one of like the prettiest people on the planet, and you're also a model. How did you get into modeling, Maddie?
Dude. No, that is unrealistic.
No, it's very
um,
realistic.
no.
It's a fact.
Uh, no. Gosh darn it, Chris. Oh, no, I mostly just modeled for Playboy. And I like aggressively went after that because I loved Playboy from probably an inappropriate age. I think I might have seen Playboy for the first time when I was like 14 or 15, and I was totally obsessed. I told my parents I was going to be in Playboy someday. They were probably mortified. But yeah, I went after it, and that's mostly like what my modeling goals were focused on.
I remember the first time I saw one. I was way too young, but like there was a wrestler back in the '90s, right? She wasn't really a wrestler. She was more like a, a manager, but her name was Sable, and
Yes, I
and
remember.
and she did a thing of Playboy, and one of my uncles bought it. And while he was at work, I snuck into his room and I saw it, and I was like, "This is life changing."
Yes, that's how I felt. This is magic.
um, but like I've like read about like different like playmates throughout histories. Who are some of your favorite like historical like playmates from like back in the day? I'm about to really impress you with my like Playboy knowledge.
Yes. Oh man. Dude, I'm gonna bip some names. Probably the farthest like that my people that I've met goes back is like to Sarah Underwood. Um,
She was on G4.
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. She fine.
Like,
Tell me some years. Go back further.
all right. You know that you know the character Elvira, right?
Yes.
She was in Playboy.
Yes. I
Um,
remember that.
let's see who else. I think her name is like June something. I don't know. Uh, June Wickerson, I think. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, like people like that. That's literally like the only one I know. By the way.
You're like, I'm gonna drop some knowledge on you. Just wait.
No. And I know about like there was a famous photographer that worked there for a very long time named Bunny Yeager, who is
Mhm.
also I believe she was also in it, but she shot
Mhm.
like a lot of the stuff, and
Yes.
like the history of that place is really like fascinating because I'm a big history buff, so like
Mhm.
I find the history of that whole like thing fascinating, like the fact that he
Yes.
had like the mansion and all of that. And have you
Mhm.
ever
I
been there?
agree. I was there many times, and I it feels like I'm trying to flex right now. I swear
Oh
I'm
no,
not.
this is your moment to flex. Like,
It's my moment. Not good at flexing. But yeah, I got really lucky. I mean, have rest in peace. He was seriously an amazing, intelligent, super kind man. And he had an invite list of girls that had recently posed. So I was on the list. I could go to dinner and movie nights if I wanted to on Saturdays or Sundays, or I could go hang out at the pool on Sunday. I went to the Midsummer Night's Dream Party. And yeah, probably the best part was the movie nights, and it's that whole historical component because Hef would like read his notes and explain why the movie was relevant and how he had met this director 20 years ago. Like, I'm not making it sound as impactful as it was or as interesting,
what
but
what
he
movies would he
was
show?
so smart. Everything that was coming out currently, and
Wait, he would show
he
this
would
at the
have the
mansion?
cast in. He would get the screener or whatever you say, just at the same time that theaters would. And he had a big theater room in the mansion and
Yo,
have a movie night. So you would swim, eat dinner at the mansion, and then watch the movie and hear him like read his notes about why this movie was relevant and what what it referenced historically. Like it was very, very cool. And I was there when Osama bin Laden was killed, and he stopped the movie to like deliver the news to everyone. And I was like, oh my God, I'll never, like, this is the moment of my life. I'll never forget getting that news from Hugh Hefner.
I could just imagine him in a row.
Yes.
Being like, justice has been done. Or whatever it is the president said.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's so cool that you got to experience that and do that, and that's just so cool. And eventually we're gonna have you come back on and give us like some Playboy Mansion stories, because I
Yes.
think that is like a video in itself.
Thanks, Chris.
um but you mentioned movies, and I know you love your movies.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Pulp Fiction. I want you to know, I tried really hard to find the font for Pulp Fiction because I was going to make that the thumbnail,
Dude.
and I could not find it.
That's okay, man. Dude, just the effort on that, like, I'm flattered.
I
You
was up to
should.
like 4 in the morning looking for that last night,
No.
and I couldn't find it. I was so disappointed. But like, what are some of your favorite movies, and why? And would you ever incorporate them in videos like you did with Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, man. I'm really geeked for the Fifth Element role play. Probably other favorites are Die Hard, Princess Bride was my favorite when I was little, and it still is a big go-to. And then I would say Pulp Fiction is the number one. I'm
Yeah,
always in the mood for it, always puts me in a good mood. I'm just a big Tarantino fan generally.
yeah. I, I
Yeah, man.
I love Tarantino's like whole vibe. Like him and Tim Burton are like my go-tos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my favorite Tim Burton movie of all time.
Mhm.
Not a lot of people like know this one, but I love the movie Mars Attack.
I love that movie. Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy you said that.
Oh, we should do a Mars Attack video.
That would be
That would
amazing.
be so sick. Um, so would you ever consider doing like a Tim Burton role play?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
You could do like Edward Scissorhands, but like Edwina Scissorhands.
It's insane that you just said that. I there's a cosplayer that I love, and her Edward is so on point. I always look at it and I'm like, man, I wonder, like, Edward Scissorhands gives you a haircut or like trims your hedges. Like, what video would that be?
I don't know. I think it could work.
I dig it. You're
Yeah.
inspired, Chris.
Maddie, we have some questions from the people. Are you ready?
Yay! Yes, I'm so
EDJ
ready.
has a few questions. When did you first experience ASMR? Do you remember? What triggered it?
uh, ASMR in the like our modern understanding of it, I guess, was a Heather Feather anticipatory tangles video, probably over 2 years ago. But I would say I probably qualify as a very sensitive person. A lot of things give me tingles or shivers in day to day life, and I just like feel things pretty deeply, I guess. So probably I've been experiencing uh, tingles of one sort or another since I was really, really little.
That's what she said.
That's what she's
To the feeling things deeply part.
totes and apropes to be little totes and apropes.
Uh, you know what's funny though? Like in your streams, and we'll get back to the fan questions in a second. But in your streams, I find this hilarious. Like somebody will say something and then you'll slide in a little joke.
Oh my god, I'm glad you find that hilarious.
No, the funny
And not
part,
awkward.
the funny part is like you feel so accomplished when you do because no one calls it out or they miss it, and you get like this little like shit-eating grin, and it's hilarious. It's like you just like got away with like stealing candy or something.
I
It's
like
like,
it. I'm always happy when you laugh after the fact and be like, I see you. I know what you did there.
well, like I'm a 31-year-old man. I'm gonna pick up on it. Like, um, EDJ had another question. He writes, when you were figuring out what you wanted to do career-wise, did you ever think that you would be doing something even remotely similar to streaming and making videos on the interwebs?
No, not at all. Part of what I did for a long time was working from, so I knew that I could like make content and like be accountable with things, but I like wrote files and corresponded via email. Like I worked in mental health, part of it not talking to people. Sorry, that was like a boring ramble, I feel like. Sorry, Grant. You can cut that out. But no, I'm pretty shy and I find it hard to like not necessarily put myself out there, but to like push my content or to be consistent with social media and everything that kind of goes into it. So I would have never picked that for a career, but it grew to the point where it made way more sense financially
Yeah,
for me to be working on stream and working on Patreon and working on YouTube. So
yeah,
that's kind of why I went on that path, which I'm super grateful for. And I never would have met you. I never would have met so many awesome people that I consider friends and I'm grateful to know. So I'm
yeah.
happy for this path.
Aw, I consider you a friend too, homie.
Thank you. Thanks, Home Skillet.
So
Yeah,
like,
man, I didn't anticipate it at all.
I I know that you said that you are shy, and I have to ask this question because it I get it, but maybe others might not.
Mhm.
How does somebody who's been in Playboy how does that translate to being shy?
It's a
What's the
fair
correlation?
question.
You know?
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I would say Playboy is just more about me being goal driven because I get something in my head, like even at a young age, I was like, I'm gonna be in Playboy someday, just watch. And even though it was hard for me to like put myself out there, I just had to go for it. I don't know, kind of the you only live once school of thought.
YOLO.
Um, YOLO, YOLO, as the kids say. But yeah, I totally get it. It's hard to explain. Like I'm really comfortable with my body. I don't know. I like myself. I feel good put myself out there in that way. But trusting myself to like have my face on camera is something totally different. And it was awkward in the beginning, for sure.
Yeah. I feel you. It
I'm glad that makes sense. I know that's totally a disconnect. I don't know if that makes sense at all.
it makes sense to me. Like I get it. Like when you're doing the modeling thing, right? Like that's sort of like
Mhm.
putting on a character, right? You
Yes,
know,
totally.
so like you're hiding behind a mask. Like your goal is to like be this.
Mhm.
When you're in front of the camera and you're like just streaming or making a video, like you're just you, and
Mhm.
like being, I don't know, I can't speak for you, but being myself is terrifying. So like
Mhm.
uh so I get it, you know.
That's cool. No, I'm glad you get it. That's exactly how I feel. Like pretending, like just posing or trying to pretend to be sexy is totally manageable, but just putting yourself out there for 20
Yeah,
minutes on YouTube or 3 hours on Twitch, you're like, oh man, like this is me. If people want to come in here and be like, you're stupid, what is this? You just gotta just let it roll off your back.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
I feel you. You know what, Maddie? You are a treasure, and this has been an absolute delight. And you are, I'm going to say more nice things about you, so just bear with me.
Dude, I'm already cheesing. Like, it's so lucky that we didn't do video for this interview because my face is bright red right now.
Oh, we can do a video for the next one. Don't worry.
Okay, when you ask me about Playboy, I'm not be like
that'll be in the Playboy interview.
cheesing the whole time.
So you are one of the kindest, like, just sweetest, like, giving people I have ever met in this entire community. And
Dude, thanks,
it
Chris.
really means a lot that you took the time to come out and do this with me, because, like, like, not everyone, you know like, is willing to, like, just come on, like, a random stranger show, and, like, you did, and it means a lot, especially considering, like, I've watched your stuff for, like, a really long time, and it's helped me through, like, a lot of, like, just really,
Oh
like,
man.
dark medical stuff that, like, gets
Yeah.
really scary.
Man, thank you for that, Chris. That means the world to me, seriously.
Yeah, like, it's just, I don't know. And to know that, like, when I watched your videos, I was like, she makes really great ASMR. I hope she's just as nice. And the
Mhm.
fact that you're, like, miles above that, like you, like, almost reach, like sainthood, like, like you're, like,
Dude. Oh,
super
no
nice
way.
and super kind and super sweet, and I really do appreciate you coming on the show and talking to me. And you're welcome on the show anytime. Yeah.
I appreciate that more than I can possibly say. Thank you, Chris. I'm sorry I pretty much giggled through this whole interview. You had me straight up cheesing the whole time. This was so much fun to chat with you. Thank you very, very much.
You now, let's do this outro. We got to do the best outro ever, right?
About the outro.
Yeah. So, guys, listen. You got to go
Listen.
subscribe to ASMR Maddy. All right, do that. All right. Then you got to go to Twitch, because that's where the real party is. That's right. I
Dude,
said
you
it.
want that one-on-one interaction. That's what you're gonna get on Twitch. You
Yeah.
know.
So, like, go there and hit the follow button, right? And then hit the subscribe button, you know? But make sure you subscribe to her ASMR channel, ASMR Maddie, MissSykeology on Twitch. Where can they find you on the other things, like the Instagrams
You
and the
know,
Twitters?
you know it is all MissSykeology, and you definitely want to be on the Instagrams and on the Twitters.
Yeah, trust me,
Gotta
you
be.
want to be, like, on, like, the Instagrams, because, like, holy shit.
Dude.
Um,
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I've been doing some lingerie photo and yeah, that's all over the grams, you
yeah,
know?
it's like good lord. Like, like, I told you, like, I only double tap. I only double tap pictures of food and thirst traps. I be double tapping Maddie's photos all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Dude, you heard it here first. You heard it. Listen.
but yeah,
Listen to your boy Chris.
guys, go subscribe to ASMR Maddie. If you like this video, make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want more interviews. We're gonna have lots and lots of interviews with lots and lots of great, amazing guests. We've got Heather Effect coming on the show. That's gonna be freaking dope. You shot with her. I
Mhm.
know you did a collab with her.
Yes.
that I had to pretend like I didn't know about.
Christopher Not Walking, y'all, is all up in the game. He's got all the dirt and all the ASMR. You better be subbed to
Thank
his
you so
channel.
much. But
What reels?
guys, if you liked it, like, sub, hit the bell, comment, tell us who you want us to interview next, and we'll try to get them on the show. Yeah, Maddie, thank you so much. I'm Christopher Not Walking. This is the Dirty Nerdy Show, and we will see you in the next video. Bye bye.